President Trump, Dave here. I got a message for you. I'm hoping somebody will help this go viral. I don't know if it will. I've been canceled. Many of the social media platforms just suppress and silence anything I have to say. So the chances of it happening are pretty slim. But you know what? When you give up hope, you give up hope. And I don't want to give up hope. I supported you in 2015 for your run for president. I'll be honest. I supported you kind of in the same way I supported the New York Giants when they played the undefeated New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. I didn't give a rat's ass about the Giants. I just felt like they were the underdog, and it made sense to root for the team that was not going to win or not supposed to win. And thankfully, I bet $150 on that game and won a good amount of money. I see what's going on now. You are going after some of the people that went after you. And I do appreciate that. That does make things a little bit better. But what I don't think you're going to do is I don't think you're going to do anything to help the people like me who were canceled and had our lives destroyed for supporting you. Now, granted, nobody knew just how bad it was going to be. Probably 99% of my friend base would be considered a Democrat. A bureaucrat. I had just got done building a high-quality cannabis extraction facility. And it almost killed me. I put everything into it. Everything. It was my one shot. But instead, I lost my wife and my house and my business and pretty much my opportunity to get a new job in the industry that I've worked so hard in. So I've lost almost everything. Everything except my dignity, my honor, and my last ounce of hope. There were many people responsible for what happened to me throughout my cancellation. The way I've been ostracized in my communities, the way my kids have just been forced to kind of swallow what's gone on, being told by old friends, you'd be better off just avoiding your father. That's actually how they've been told to act. But I'm here to kind of call you out on you being a little bit full of shit. It looks to me like you are making good on some of these arrests like Comey and Smith and, some of the people who raided your wife's panty drawers and so on and so forth. But there's a lot of people out here who got hurt bad for supporting you. Really bad. I can name 7 suicides probably in about 60 seconds if I had to. What happens to the people in the local communities who watched people die? What happens to people like me who are silenced on social media? And now suddenly you are just going to take away SNAP benefits from millions of people who have been living their life and just cut off Medicaid? I will be one of those people who loses Medicaid. Why are we arresting the non-criminal aliens? Why are you doing that? You said you were going to only arrest the criminal aliens. Why can't we come up with a little better creative plan to just get everybody to turn themselves in? Conservatives don't say, you see, I was right. Real conservatives who actually understand what honorable means, we don't go after our enemies when we get back into power. Now, we set the system up so they can't go after us. But why are we arresting the non-criminal aliens? You know that's going to slow walk something that is not going to go well. And unless you can articulate what the aftermath or what the plan is to actually get through that period and fix it, then I suggest we just go back to going after the criminal aliens. I don't like you. I don't. I think you're an idiot. I do. Like, you can run a business. You can make good, solid, sound, in the moment, leadership type decisions. But you're an idiot. You are not political. You are not neutral. You do not know how to work a room. Sure, you know how to work a room your way. And some people do like your delivery. You can be strong. You can be firm without being a dick. Just stop being a dick. I mean, maybe that's impossible for you. It might be. It was impossible for my narcissistic father. You're the president of the United States. Show that you understand how to blend in to the role. They're not saying no kings because you're acting like a king. They're saying no kings because you're acting like a little bitch king. You give me 2 rounds of golf with you. 2. I'll spot you 7 shots aside. No, I'll spot you 8 shots aside. I win. You bring me on as your advisor for how to communicate with the public. I lose. You can put me anywhere you want in your administration, making nothing. Just give me room and board for me and my dog. Deal? I'd one day like to see America put back together. But if I find out you just fucking hoarded Bitcoin and teed up tokens and all this bullshit and profiteering for your family, what will I have lost everything I worked for? To make you money? I still think voting for you was a way better choice than voting for Kamala, even though I didn't vote for you once. All I did was try to make others believe that you weren't such a prick. Yes, I think you're a good leader. Yes, I think you build amazing businesses. Yes, I think you've failed, filed bankruptcy, rebuilt, and done it again. And yes, I believe you're respected in many circles. At least give others the ability to get back something that they had before they started supporting you. Because that's all you've been. You've been an excuse for the bad actors in the party to just go after whoever they want for whatever reason and chalk it up to Trump derangement syndrome. You have been the single biggest reason that families and kids have been destroyed and traumatized who may never recover, who may never possess the ability to interpret a person's emotions and read a room and be capable of leading people. Those are the things that you're not seeing. And while there's a lot of people that are still just loving and praising you, which again, I do. I appreciate a lot of the things you're doing, making the city safer and making some of these decisions. But your other decisions are starting to look ridiculous. You can see right through them now. And Charlie Kirk, shame on you. I saw right through that question that reporter asked you. You didn't. That was the one guy who didn't have the college degree, who could have made it all the way to run for president someday. If you made that happen and used him to try to put this back together, if that is ever proven, you will completely invalidate every ounce of effort you've put in. And you've put in a lot. You've been shot almost twice. Why don't you pull it together and show that you know how to change? Because if you can't change, why would you expect anybody else to change? Why would anybody else have any reason to clean up their behavior and clean up their toxicity and Trump derangement syndrome? Because if you won't change, why should they? You can't make up what happened to me. You can't. It's a movie. I've written it. I have a couple more drafts to get through, but I've written it. I'll make it one way or another. With AI coming out, I'll have it ready in a few months. You won't believe what I survived with this dog right there. That dog right there. That dog right there saved my life. I love that dog. I would die for that dog. What would you die for? I once believed you'd die for the country, but I'm starting to think that that was just a little bit of a ruse. If it wasn't, prove it to me. Make me a believer. You and me, one-on-one. I'm 51 years old. I've had some amazing mentors in my life. I've been lucky. My kids aren't going to have any mentors in their life unless we do something about this soon. Because it still seems to me like being a white man in this country, it's now just totally acceptable to completely destroy their lives with no repercussions. No lawyers will help. But you can't cancel me because I've done nothing to be canceled. I've got no skeleton in my closet that I'm worried about letting out. I've always been transparent. I've never done anything that I wouldn't tell everybody I know. I've watched others do things. I've paid for things that others shouldn't do, but that's what I did. I worked in the investment business on Wall Street, Citigroup, Deutsche Bank, Legg Mason, and there's all sorts of pieces of shit in the investment business. But I didn't have any control over that. What's your next move?